And we're back live at New York Toy Fair 2019. We're now in the Arcade1Up booth. We're going to be taking a look at all of their new home arcade cabinets. In a few moments, we're just going to wait for some more people to join the live stream here today. So for you guys who've been watching all day, you've seen we've done NECA, we've done Mezco, we just did Jazzwares, we had a quick look at Playmobil Ghostbusters toys, a whole bunch of other things with that Bonfresto, a lot of stuff today. There's so much more to see, that's the crazy part. It's the entire Javits Center. It's like 3,000 miles of toys here today. It's pretty great. So Arcade1Up, just looking quickly when I got in here, there's a lot of new stuff here. A lot of new games. Some other little things you're going to see momentarily. A lot of cool new stuff here. I'm going to keep saying cool because that's my word of the day. So we're going to be getting started in a few more seconds just to make sure enough folks are joining us today. And of course, for you watching at home, feel free to talk to us in the chat. We can answer any questions you guys might have live on the floor because we have a representative here with us today. All right, I think we're going to get started now. So joining us today, is it all right if I show you on camera? Or yeah. Okay.
Wholesale will connect you. There's somebody over here who can help. I don't know the wholesale pricing.
All right, so we have joining us today from, you're with Tastemakers, correct?
Yeah.
Tastemaker. All right, so we have David from Tastemakers. He's going to help us walk through the booth today.
You got it. So welcome. Nerd News Today. Thank you so much for joining us at New York Toy Fair 2019. Welcome to the Arcade1Up booth, and first and foremost, thank you to all of our fans with us so far. I'm just going to take you through some of our 2018 titles, and then I'll walk you through some of our 2019 titles and some of our new product lines as well. So for 2018, we launched with 6 titles. We had Street Fighter, we had Asteroid, Centipede, Rampage, Pac-Man, and Galaga. I'm hoping that was all of them. I just did that off the top of my head.
That's pretty darn good.
Thank you very much. And we also had 2 to 4 different games per cabinet. We also had a 6-in-1, which you can see right behind me over here. That was a Costco exclusive, and we also had the 12-in-1 as well for Asteroids, or sorry, the Atari cabinet there. So what we did in 2018, we took and launched it into 2019 with new titles, except we perfected all the criticism and feedback we had. So people wanted more game variety, they wanted more titles, and they wanted better quality, and we delivered on all of those things. So let me walk you through, and I'll show you some of our 2019 titles first. So just over to your left, we have Golden Tee. Now Golden Tee is a really big fan favorite. This used to be the one, as we're switching over here, this was the one you'd see a lot in bars and pizza parlors, stuff like that. People loved Golden Tee. This one in particular has the light up marquee and the custom riser. That'll be sold in a package a little above our $2.99 price point.
Over here we got Pac-Man.
Pac-Man was one of our 2018 titles. It did really, really well. We're going to continue to sell that one throughout 2019 as well.
And here's just a quick look at the Golden Tee booth, the Golden Tee cabinet, including the riser, so you guys can see what the entire thing looks like. And it has this really nice trackball as well in here. Good looking graphics. All right.
I'll take you over to some more of our 2019 titles over here. So behind us we have the new Mortal Kombat cabinet, we have the Karate Champ, and we also have Space Invaders. Golden Tee was the 4th, and Final Fight's the 5th. I'll take you over to Final Fight in a minute. So there's 2 things that are really special over here. Mortal Kombat was actually our #1 demanded cabinet. We did polls online, we read all of our fan feedback on social media, and Mortal Kombat was actually the #1 demanded cabinet, and we're happy to release that this fall. Over here we have Space Invaders. Now Space Invaders has its 40th anniversary this year. So not only did we come out with a 40th anniversary artwork licensor approved cabinet, but we also made it limited edition, limited quantity. So there's only going to be actually very limited amount of these at store retail shelves, and they're going to roll out as early as March, and they'll probably be off shelves within 90 days of that. So if you're looking for a collector's piece out of our lineup for this year, this will be the one. That's all I can say about it just now, but make sure you get it once you can.
Let me ask you, is the price going to be any different for this because it's limited edition?
No, it's going to be at $2.99. If you're looking for the riser, that'll be an additional $30 to $50 depending on the retailer. And this one in particular has custom artwork, and that you might be able to see this fall.
And just so you guys can see also over here, Mortal Kombat also has its own special riser. Very cool with the logo there.
Yep, and I'm going to take you over to, I'll show you Final Fight really quick. That's our last 2019 item. And then I'll walk you through some of the counter cades and some of the wall cades as well.
So we're going to take a little walk, guys. Hope you don't mind. We're just going to get a little shaky while we march around.
Here you are. So we have Final Fight here. This is a cabinet we actually announced in 2018. And it's finally come to retail this month. It's going to start showing up on shelves around mid-March. This one has 4 games on it. It was a really highly anticipated cabinet from 2018, and we're really excited to bring it to store shelves.
And those 4 games you can see are 1944, Ghosts and Goblins, and Strider. Very good selection all around there.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Now, we have a very new product line. We are announcing. We announced it early this year. We have the Countertop arcade cabinets over here. These things are for people who don't necessarily have the square footage for a traditional 3/4 scale arcade cabinet, but still want that authentic arcade experience in their home. And that's what we tried to capture with these guys. So we're starting off with Space Invaders, Centipede, Dig Dug, and Pac-Man. Each cabinet has 2 games, has the exact same joystick button layout as the traditional cabinet, and it doesn't sacrifice any of the size of the buttons or joysticks either, due to the compact of it.
Very cool. I'm personally one of those people that doesn't really have a ton of space for these cabinets, so I'm really loving these mini things here. Now, David, I'm also noticing some stools here. Are these something you guys are doing as well?
Exactly, yeah. So these custom branded stools are going to be released later this year. They're going to be about $50, and the retailer availability we haven't announced yet, but you can expect those later this year. And we're going to try and have one for every license that we have.
So here's, you guys can see Space Invaders, Street Fighter 2, there's a Galaga, and this one, that's just your guys' logo, right?
Yeah.
There's the Arcade1Up, the official Arcade1Up stool.
We're also going to have variations. So as you can see, that lady over there is sitting on a lower size. So if you want to sit at a regular height, you can have a stool for that size. If you want to sit at a cabinet with a riser, you can do that as well.
So for adults and kids, basically, or just for any size.
Exactly. So I'm going to walk you through one more. Just watch your step over here.
I'm gonna come around actually to be safe so I don't snag any wires. All right, so here we go. We're just going to take a quick walk through the other side of the booth. There's David. He's still here. He hasn't left us yet.
Last but not least, we have these wall cades. So if you don't have the square footage for the 3/4 scale cabinets, if you don't have the countertop space for the counter cades, you can mount these against a wall. You can hang them over a door frame, or you can even put them on a countertop as well. And these are the exact same replica, the same idea, the exact same artwork, joystick, and gameplay, just in a different format.
And I see right above that too, you guys have marquees. That's really awesome.
Yes, so these are light up marquees, something you can accessorize your game room or your man cave, if you will. We have a bunch of new accessories down here. You can see some of our light up. We had all these LEDs earlier in 2018. However, we added 2 new ones, Space Invaders and Galaga. We also added new tins, so there's larger ones, there's more of a variety in the traditional size, and there's also smaller ones. We're not just trying to give you the authentic arcade experience for your home, we're trying to give you the entire atmosphere. So you can bring home the cabinet, but you can also bring home the entire atmosphere.
Anything else, Reds?
We have some plushies as well. If you'd like to go check those out.
Yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at some plushies.
All right, we're gonna have to go all the way around.
All right.
Take the scenic route.
Scenic route, seeing everything in the booth again. And here's Final Fight, as you guys can see as well. Final Fight and Galaga. And these are with the units without the risers and the smaller chairs. And there's that Final Fight cabinet again. And that's with the riser on it, so you can see how tall it actually is next to a human being.
If you wanted to, out of the show.
And once again, another shot of those stools and the smaller arcade cabinets, which are really cool. I'm going to definitely be getting one of these.
They're the same size as something.
How cool is that, folks? Okay.
All right, sorry, we're actually on live right now.
All right, we're going to walk back over now and check out the Arcade1Up plushies as we maneuver around some feet. So, folks, hang out with us. Bear with us as we maneuver. We're the real Space Invaders today.
Here are the plushes. I'm glad we made it safe and sound. That was a
harrowing journey.
Yes, that was a bit of a trek. So as you can see behind us, we have the new plushies. We have some mini plushies. These are going to be collectible, with little hooks. You can hook them on your bag. You can, take them with you. It could be a keychain if you'd like. We also have pillows that will have audio in them. If I can find the audio activator. There, I don't know if you heard that.
There we go.
Some sound effects from the original game, as well as scaled down talking plushes. These also make noises. based off of the game that they're coming from. And then we have a few more down here. And then last but certainly not least, we have these giant plush pillows as well that you'll be able to buy later this year.
Can you hold it up to your head so you can see how big that actually
Yes,
is?
yeah.
Look at the size of that. So that's next to an actual human being, and that is enormous. These are really great plushes here, and I love the detail on the Street Fighter one especially. I'm a big Street Fighter guy. I don't really play the games a lot because I'm terrible at them, but I do still love them. And see, we got the 25-cent thing. Okay, so
that's it for our 2019 lineup and recap of our 2018 products.
Well, thank you very much, David. We're going to take a quick look at some of these guys as we wrap up here. But yeah, there's a lot of really cool new stuff coming out from Arcade1Up, and if you've been sleeping on these cabinets, you really need to wake up and buy some. Like that guy, he's going to probably buy at least like 5 of these. You can tell he wants that. So that's our look at Arcade1Up from New York Toy Fair 2019. Up next, we're about to head over to DC Comics, I believe, so stay tuned. Bear with us. We'll be back in a few.
All right.